Hi friends, it's Star Thrifter and I have a thrift haul to share with you today. Most of this is going to be probably more of your bread and butter things to pick up. However, they were decent prices because of some of them due to the condition. But anyways, if you're new to reselling and you're not sure what bread and butter means, it just means more of like your average brand, not like, super high through super high sell-through rate or some spectacular brand. I don't know about you, but when I go to the thrift stores, it's hard to come across them. I mean, they don't even have them there, and they're priced really high, at some of them. And but these would be more like brands or items that you'd be able to find a little bit more easily. They're not going to sell for as much or as fast. But a lot of times your bread and butter, can carry your store. Anyhow, we'll get right onto it. If you could do me a favor and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate that. Um, some things I found was new with tags, and that's how come I picked them up. Like this one here. Although I will pick up some, this is a Bob Mackie. I will pick up some Bob Mackie, even if it's not new with tags, but kind of particular on what I get of it. But this is brand new with tags, and most of these items, it should be that I got for $1. This I got for $1. Couldn't pass it up because of that price. It does have this, beaded detail work there. And, they don't sell for a ton. The new with tags, I don't know. I didn't look up the new with tags today. I looked up a new without tags on like Poshmark, and I listed one and I started at like 32, but I'd say between 25 and 35 maybe. But brand new with tags for $1, that was worth picking up. A lot of these are going to be the same brand. They're either going to be Bob Mackie or Susan Graver. And if you've watched any of my other videos before, the Susan Graver, some pieces can sell, especially the liquid knit. That's more of that slinky kind of material. And they're not going to sell quickly or for a ton of money. I kind of been just playing with it more lately to see how they'll do, because I've picked up quite a few pieces lately. And if they don't sell really great, then I'll have to, slow down on picking up or not picking them up. Now this is a Susan Graver, and it's a size large, but it's not the liquid knit. I don't know how this will do. It's a button-up top. However, it's almost sheer, and it's very classical. It's got some paisley on there. I'll be using some keywords. Oh, in regards to this video too, I will be kind of mentioning or trying to mention some of the keywords that I'll be using on that first piece. That'll be wearable art, of course, that's on the tag too. Artsy, mature, I don't know, maybe city, anything, I can think along that line. This here will be whimsical, bohemian, classic. It actually has a tie in the rear here. It actually, ties on the rear. That's kind of nice. I don't know if it could be like a 90s Y2K. I'll have to kind of think about that. It does have wretched sleeves, maybe fairy. Those will be some keywords I'll use on that. This is a Susan Graver, and this is a size large. This is the liquid knit. It's very more thick and slinky feeling. Same brand, that last one, but different style. This is a tier top. I picked up a few of these different colors, and it's kind of heavy, so it's going to cost a little bit more for shipping than some of your other tops. I didn't actually weigh this yet, but if I was to guess, it's 15 ounces or more, and you want to make sure that you have your shipping accurate. I know that the shipping went up for the holidays, and now the United States Postal Service just upped their shipping again. And I thought it went up quite a little bit for Ground Advantage. Write in the comments what you think about that. And here they wanted everything to go to Ground Advantage, and not have the first class, especially for packages anymore, type of thing. And then, I mean, I don't even remember what it is now. It was like 6 point something or 7 point something percent. I thought that was quite a bit. What can you do though? I mean, there's other ways that you can ship. You don't have to use United States Postal Service, but I use it for a couple of reasons. One, I like it. It's easier for me, and location. This is I don't know exactly how you pronounce this. City knit, I think, is the way it's supposed to be pronounced. I don't pick up this brand very often because I found that it just seems like it sits. I thought I'd take a chance with this. It is a liquid knit. I'm not really exactly sure, now that I think about it, how come I picked up just this plain piece. That probably was something I shouldn't have picked up. This is new with tags. Oh, that's how come I picked it up. I was wondering, how come I had picked that up that it was that plain? It's a two-piece set. This is the top that goes underneath this like blazer jacket, and it is that brand. And at this particular place that I thrifted at, the two-piece items still went for $1. Some places that I thrift at, if there's two pieces and you have to pay $1 each for each piece. But this is a button-up, and it's new with tags. That's how come I got it, because that brand I think is hard to sell. Write in the comments how you do with that brand. This is another two-piece set. Just trying to see if I can keep it together here. This is a Susan Graver, and it's got, it's like a long sleeve. I really like the print on this. I think it's cool. It kind of reminds me of retros. Oh, some of the keywords on those last few items there will be mature, slinky, city probably on that one that is together, things like that. And that other one that was tiered, the Susan Graver, that would be probably maybe like Bohemian. I would use in still, city, mature, artsy. I do on some of those too. But this is a two-piece set. This is not new with tags. This is a Susan Graver, but it is like a 3/4, it looks like, sleeved, and then with the top that actually, the top is sleeveless, and that means that these sleeves show. But this will be, I think that this will be a nice piece to sell for sure on this, like I said, like a retro, maybe 60s, 70s, mature, artsy, things like that. And I do write in the title liquid knit, and then under the item specific it'll say fabric type, and it'll sometimes just automatically put knit there. I make sure that to write liquid knit there. And I don't know if I put it in the item specific theme too or not. I don't think I have them, but you could. Now this was a really nice piece, but I was a little leery because of the theme. This is Quaker Factory, and this is a size large. And I only pick up some things in this brand. Some of it can do all right, but this is a very much 4th of July theme. However, you could wear it for maybe, Memorial Day and Labor Day too. But see, it's seasonal, but I thought it's really nice condition. It's not faded. When I get up, when it gets close to the camera, it looks faded. It isn't faded. It's very nice condition. And wearable art, artsy, and obviously I'll be listing the holidays. That's the themes that goes along with that. This is another Susan Graver, and this is the same like that one I was just showing. I think that other one was black. This is a red one, and I'd use the same keywords. I think they're actually quite pretty. And it is a really nice feeling liquid, that liquid knit is a nice feeling knit. And one thing that'd be really great about it is it really doesn't wrinkle. It'd be great for like travel. However, it's a little heavy. It's heavier than some of your other clothing would be, for travel. This is a brand new with tags. This is that city knit again. And this is just a long sleeved, top. But it's that slinky, I'll be using slinky. Slinky. I'll be using slinky and mature, city, minimalist, maybe staple wardrobe or capsule wardrobe, things that somebody could have for a lot of years and it would still be popular. I think this should be a nice sell. This is a tiered brown one. Brown has been the trending color. And if you have stuff that is brown, I would suggest getting that. Make sure you have that in your title, have it in the item specifics, and the theme, maybe type brown there because brown is what's trending. same keywords on this. However, I'll be using brown as one of the keywords. This is a Susan Graver. Oh, fall out here. This is a Susan Graver, and this one is tiered too, but it has a little bit of, this is very pretty actually. It's got that, you know, beaded, you know, look on it there. I'd be using the same keywords as before, but this one could be maybe romantic, maybe, you know, dinner date. Maybe those will be some keywords that I'll use. And I've mentioned before on eBay, if you go under theme and just click on it, you can scroll through the keywords that are there. They'll just like list a ton of keywords, whether they pertain or not. And you may see some, you know, that will be irrelevant for the item that you're listing. They give you, you know, they have a lot listed there. This is new with tags. And this is a Susan Graver. It'll be interesting to see how the newer tags do, because I, you know, have mostly used. Now, this is the liquid knit, but it's a little bit more, not as slinky, not quite as slinky. I don't know. And, but it's a Susan Graver. It's a size large, and this is very much a tunic. Most Susan Graver tops I do list as a tunic top, you know, and then, but sometimes on eBay, you know how they'll have like style, and then they'll have like another style thing, right? You know, the second thing down in the next section there. Sometimes up there I'll put blouse, and then it'll automatically sometimes put tunic on the other, you know, type of thing there. And, you know, I have some more here, but we'll go ahead and keep those for tomorrow. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you could push the thumbs up button, I greatly appreciate that too. Many prosperous sales to you. Have a great day. Thank you.